Yo, Ross and Risky. Tuesday night, tap in, tap in. NBA playoffs. It's getting ugly for me. We're going to talk that. Draft recap. We got to get into all of that action, you dig? And anything else we got going on. Maybe we might put a little Negro news in there for Saquon. A little Negro news for Saquon Barkley. Yeah, man, I might have to apologize to Cat tonight. Will I apologize to Karl Anthony Towns tonight, Ross? What up, my dude?
I have to apologize to a couple people tonight. It's gonna be a lot of apologies today, y'all. Y'all picked a good one to tune into. Everybody like, comment, and subscribe because we in for a good show tonight.
Oh man, one person I
won't be able to take the attire. Hold on, dude. What kind of shirt is that?
Oh, I moved on to baseball.
Oh, okay. See,
we moved on to the Astros.
We moved right past the Rockets done. The Chiefs and the Rockets done. He ain't gonna be wearing red no time soon, y'all.
We done moved on to the Astros. It's baseball season, man. We got a good team this year, man. I
was looking forward to maybe a Laker hat. I know you got some Laker gear over there.
I mean, I got the LA on. I got the LA on still. We still running for LA.
Yeah. No
Let's go.
Rockets,
let's start in LA. Let's start in La La Land so we can get that out the way. Lakers down 3-1 to them YNs out in Minnesota. Where do I start? You want to start first on this, Ross? Lakers down 3-1. You want me to start?
Yeah, I want you to start.
Okay. So the biggest surprise for me in this series, and this might surprise you, and this is going to go to Karl Anthony Towns. Julius Randle and Karl Anthony Towns have both played great. So far in this first round, Cat had the one game. But Julius has been excellent this series. He's done everything that they needed. He's been physical down low. Dare I say, I think he's gone a long way in wearing LeBron down. I think LeBron, there was a notion out there in LeBron's career, maybe by like year, 10, 12, where people were saying, hey, once LeBron slows down, me and my buddy were just talking about this. People were saying, once LeBron slows down, where he can't do this anymore, he'll probably just be like a all-star power forward after that. That ain't really LeBron's game. You know what I'm saying? So as we say, he's 260, but he's, not that level of physicality because Randall's down there bumping him, being physical with him on offense, being physical with him on defense. So hats off to Julius Randle. Ant-Man has been great. Anthony Edwards has played great. Then he playing so good. They got him shouting out kids that he got coming to the games. And we know that it's touch and go with him and his kids. He's shouting out kids coming to the game. He's like, I got my daughter up here. So he playing so good and comfortable. Nas Reed's been unbelievable in the series. Once they unlocked him, my man, what's my dude's name that's been guarding Luka?
McDaniels.
He
looked like he earned $100 million.
Yeah, his pressure on Luka. And I think this came, I believe, from the Boston Celtics playbook on Luka in the finals. It's not about ripping him or taking the ball from Luka, but you want to just zigzag him down the floor for the whole game. Just make him dribble on pressure because that just is wearing him down. So, yeah, man, I thought that based on what Luka did last year to them, and obviously it was with Dallas, because it was so much ISO, I thought Luka could do that. And then with LeBron on the back end, Paul's being there, I thought they would be fine. Shout out to Kyrie Irving. Let me do that as well. Let me shout out to Kyrie Irving. Let me give you some love on this. DiVincenzo's been great. AR has not been good.
Is he still the best third option?
I never said he was the best third option. I said that in this NBA, he's a really good third option.
But this year, I feel like let me let you finish. Hold on. I didn't mean.
Yeah, I'm almost done. I'm basically at the end now. So my concerns for the Lakers moving forward. First thing, obviously, they didn't know coming into the year they were going to have Luka, so the team wasn't constructed for that. We'll see what they do next year. I think they got to understand that LeBron may or may not even be back next year. Even if he is next year back, he's a 41-year-old. So, you can't waste, like when LeBron had that, what do you have, like a 30-something point game in game 3, I think. When you waste those games and you lose those, you know what I'm saying? That's why I was like, that's probably it when they lost game 4.
What do you think about the coaching decision to leave all of them?
One of the worst decisions I've ever seen in the history of coaching. Because people were pointing out LeBron, oh man, you got to get the 40-year-old some rest. You got to give all these dudes rest. Finney Smith is a bench player. He's not even used to playing those type of minutes, right?
Especially if you got 3 more games. Like the whole goal is to try and win every stretch it to 7.
I thought that was a bad move. And to your point that you made early on in the season, it just looks like it is a horrible matchup for the Lakers. And as I look across the NBA now, this first round, if I have to recalibrate, it looks like the T-Wolves would have been a horrible matchup for them. It looks like the Clippers would have been a horrible matchup for them. Denver, I don't know, because they just can't guard Joker no way. I just don't know if Denver has they got Aaron Gordon. I don't know if they have another guy, and then you got the Westbrook card, but they probably were a bad matchup as well. For whatever reason, the Lakers played good against OKC, and quiet as it's kept, OKC swept, but they didn't really look, outside that one game. So we got to see them in round 2. But yeah, I was 100% wrong about this Lakers team and what they can do this year in the playoffs. I will say this: I'm gonna go down with the ship, so I'm saying Lakers in 7. And I'll end on this, Ross. If there's a formula to come back down 3-1, it's this. Game 5 you have to be going home for game 5. And you got to say, we're going to win game 5. You have to say that.
Where are they going to get the legs from?
I'm not disagreeing. I'm just saying if there's a formula to coming back, game 5 can't be you're going to the other team's court.
Roy, all your people gassed by halftime. By halftime, they gonna your starters would have played about 65 minutes in 2 games. By the 4th quarter, it's over. Ant called it out in the last game. Ant could tell that if you go listen to his post game, he said, I could tell they was gassed. I felt like we took their best shot. And I just wanted to stay aggressive. And you see it at the end. The Lakers have led every single game.
Yeah. They were up 10 in the 4th quarter.
So now, JJ, you went all in on this game 4. And yeah, you get a game 5 at home. Yeah, sounds good. Okay, we got LeBron. We can do it. He's done it before. But, unless you're going now decide to play Vanderbilt and these guys who didn't play in the last game, who's gonna have the legs? Like you said, everybody talking about LeBron. It's not LeBron. Austin Reeves.
Yeah.
Finney Smith. Jackson Hayes played 4 minutes.
4 minutes. Yeah.
So I
was like, JJ, do you have NBA players or not? Like, because to say you're not gonna play nobody is insane. Unless you got like that 2015 Warriors team where you can roll out Steph, Clay, Iguodala, KD, and Draymond, where like all 5 is like, you know what I'm saying?
Or like you look at certain teams that do it, like the Knicks. You look at Denver. Denver's starting 5. They bring Westbrook off the bench and then they run that lineup pretty much all game. But if you look at it, they have everything they need in the starting 5. My main point about y'all starting 5 is y'all can't guard no other, like at the perimeter, at the point of attack, whether it's Ant, whether it's DiVincenzo, whether it's McDaniels going to the rim, which he's been doing a great job.
Yeah.
Y'all can't guard nobody on the perimeter. Not with Luka, Austin Reeves, and LeBron being your so now JJ's not even bringing in Vanderbilt. He ain't trusting Gabe Vincent. So
And I think the problem is, and I don't know why he's not playing Vincent, but I think the problem with Vanderbilt is he's not a shooter. Yes, he's a defender, but when you're playing with Luka, you got to be a knockdown shooter, which is why Finney Smith plays so well with him, because
he
Luka's
hasn't been playing too well in this series.
but that he's the only. Well, I'll throw a name out there who he should be playing. I know he's young. Why isn't Dalton Connect playing?
That's what he didn't get a minute.
you talk about Connect. Now all of a sudden you get a kid in there who's young. Number one, number two, he's like 6'8". So now he's a long guy. Pause like the defenders are for Minnesota. Yeah, you don't want him handling the ball, but those are just young, fresh legs. You just need that. He can finish in transition. He can shoot it. Like, why not put him in there? I don't understand.
But I think bottom line, this is all a little fool's gold because we knew when the Lakers made that trade that they weren't good enough. I think everybody drank the tea and fell into the narrative. And like, because they won some games in April, I'm not in April, in March, and it looked pretty good. Like, everybody kind of skipped ahead. Like, we all knew when they made this trade that the Lakers didn't have enough, after surrounding Luka and LeBron, that this wasn't the year. I think y'all let Perk and Stephen A. and some of them guys, Shannon, hey, maybe the Lakers lost their biggest cheerleader. You know what I'm saying? Maybe the Lakers lost their biggest cheerleader. We don't know. Hey. But all I know is y'all, for all the people here, if y'all didn't catch it, I predicted Minnesota in 5. Now, I did say Minnesota was going to win the first 2 games. They split. But I predicted Minnesota in 5. I said DiVincenzo would essentially cancel out Austin Reeves. And I think that's another decision. Austin Reeves is not as good as advertised. And last time y'all were in the playoffs, y'all kind of got a little on and off with Austin Reeves. And last year and this year, he improved. And everybody, expected more. But Austin Reeves is looking like, if we really break it down, I'm taking Nas Reed. I'm taking Jaden McDaniels. I'm taking about 3-4 other guys as my third option over Austin. That's over in Minnesota. That's outplaying him in the series.
Agreed.
And then we look at just roster. I think Minnesota just is the better team. And you look at it like the Lakers got 5 guys you can trust. Look at how deep of a team Minnesota is. We both said Mike Conley, essentially down the stretch, shouldn't even really play that much. So you got DiVincenzo off the bench. Alexander Walker's played well off the bench. Nas Reed off the bench. Then they got Terrence Shannon that they bring in off the bench. Shout out T. Shan from my crib. And they got the kid Dillingham that balled all year that they don't even really throw out there.
He's not even really on a rotation,
So they got a legit 9-man rotation of all guys that can come in and you can trust.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, and the Lakers over there, they'll bring Finney Smith off the bench for Jackson Hayes, and they just run that 5. That ain't gonna cut.
Yeah, and I don't understand like them just taking it. Like, they're not even like, can Jackson Hayes not play basketball? Like, what are we doing? Like,
I think with Rudy on the court, essentially he just makes Jackson Hayes irrelevant because with Rudy, you gotta have somebody who's gonna take him away from the rim. Because you're not just gonna catch alleys, you know what I mean? Like, Rudy just cancels out whatever Jackson Hayes gives you.
But that's exactly what Dallas did, though. When Dallas played against them, those Dallas bigs just caught lobs. That's all they did. That's all. Remember, all the Dallas bigs did was catch lobs. They didn't do nothing but catch lobs.
Yeah, but I think both of them are much better than Jackson Hayes.
I don't disagree, but
I think now, looking back, the Lakers in that Luka trade, they should have tried to throw some other pieces in there to get Gafford or one of them big. You know what I'm saying? Knowing that I'm giving you AD, you got to throw me Gafford in there.
I mean, my God, we giving you Luka. Shit. I mean, what else you want? Hold on, you want to throw something else? Like Jesus. So, I mean, listen, man. They said Luka was sick game 3. I don't know, right? I don't know. What I say, if you on the court, I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear about nothing. If you played, you played, right? It is because all the stats count. I don't want to hear none of that other shit. So I'm not here for that.
If you grow up in the game, I don't want to hear you sit. We all done went to the court.
But just to be fair to myself, though, I was way on the record last year. I kept saying I didn't believe in that Dallas stuff because I kept saying I don't like the style of basketball. I kept saying I don't like the style of basketball. I don't like the style. They kept winning.
The style of basketball that Dallas was playing.
Yeah, I've never liked Luka's game. It's a very, very difficult way to win. And I think what they thought was, okay, we got LeBron.
He made 2 Western Conference Finals and he made the finals.
Still a very difficult way to win. Like I think the way that James Harden played in his prime
in
5
years, he's proven that. I mean, is like his recipe kind of works.
No, it don't. He ain't won a championship yet. He ain't won a championship yet. It don't work. Trust me, it don't work. He ain't won. Because y'all told me it don't even count getting there. So he ain't won. 0-1 in the finals. Like I don't think, even if he was still in Dallas playing that way, let's say he's still in Dallas, Kyrie don't get hurt. Let's say Dallas would have made it to the finals again this year. Do you think that the way Luka's playing with that style, that they could beat Cleveland or Boston with that style?
I think Luka had a down year for sure. It's a down year this year for sure.
But that's what I'm saying, though, with that style of play where it's ISO every single time, like you don't give anybody, like you have to be on because you're not giving anybody else a chance to get in any rhythm.
So do you think the jury's still out on if Dallas really screwed up as much as
Dallas is horrible? Dallas fucked up the trade. No, because they built the team they had a team built for Luka. Like all those guys fit.
I mean, maybe this is like the writing on the wall that he's never gonna be in shape. I mean, defensively, you'll always be able to seek him out, and maybe they just realized. Maybe they realized they hit their ceiling with him.
But the problem is, though, they went and got a guy who's older than him and injury prone. So it's not like they didn't get anything for him of significance.
Right, I think it's a lot less maintenance, a lot easier to try and build around him and Kyrie. Then it's only a couple. It's only a certain skill type that you can bring to play around Luka. That's what you think.
Kyrie's coming off another surgery now. AD's another
year.
They
didn't know he was going to get hurt this year. They didn't know that.
I agree, but I'm just telling you what the reality is now. He's coming off another surgery. AD ended the season again looking banged up and hurt, and now both of those guys are older again. Like they're in the West, their ceiling is second round playoffs. That's their ceiling. Who the hell are they beating outside of who are they beating in the second round? They not gonna beat Minnesota if they catch them. They not gonna beat OKC.
They could be where the Clippers at right now.
They not gonna beat Denver because AD can't guard Joker. So yeah, wrap that shit all up in the second round. Wrap all that up in the second round. Like this is a fun playoff run. I'm enjoying this playoff run, even though it looks like we. Every time you watch Bron now, I don't think people fully understand this. We don't know if these are the last times. This could be it. This could be it, bro.
I don't think so.
How much longer can he still play?
Bro, when you talk about the what they call it, your last year, when you go and you do the whole
farewell tour.
He's gonna get the ultimate farewell tour. So I don't. We've seen the way he does things. He's not just.
What year is this? Is this year 22?
Yeah, he might do 23 years.
He might do 23 to match his jersey, and then he out.
Yeah. He might do 24. Shout out Kobe.
Nah, he ain't Jesus. I mean, how long you want him to play? Vanessa, like you got to come home at some point, nigga.
You say he's still top 10 player, right? You still think he top 10?
I don't think nothing. He's gonna be second team All NBA. The NBA thinks he's still top 10, not me.
What about in playoffs?
He looks good until the fourth quarter, just like he's been the last 3 years. We've seen this from Bron in the playoffs. Come the last 5 minutes, 7 minutes of the fourth quarter, he ain't got it.
Right. It's about 5 out of 10 people playing better than him in the playoffs this year,
right? Let me see. Joker, Giannis,
Kawhi.
Kawhi had one good game. I'll give you Kawhi though. Really one good
game.
I
mean, like 70% in the playoffs. What are you talking about?
Have you seen LeBron's number in the playoffs? LeBron.
Stop it, Roy.
Are you seeing LeBron's numbers in the playoffs, sir? Like LeBron's averaging 12 points a game.
Well, hold on. Let's just get to the shit.
What's that?
Is he playing better than Steph this play?
Yes. Steph just had 17 points. What are you talking about? He just had a 17-point game. Yeah, but I'm just saying, like, is he playing better than 17 points? Yeah.
3-1, Steph up 3-1.
Yeah. Yeah. He's playing better than Steph. Steph had 17 points and 4 turnovers. What are you talking about?
Better than Steph.
Yeah, 17.
Bron had a couple 17-point games. Stop it.
Not in the playoffs.
Yes, he did. He had 17 the other night.
When? What was I at? I got to get a different
TV. Was
that,
game 2?
I got to get a different TV.
Game 3?
The one?
When Luka went off, Bron had 17.
I got to get a different TV. I'm on my Skip Bayless shit. I got to get a different TV. I don't know what y'all talking about. I don't know nothing about no 17 points from the King.
Hold on, I got you. Bro, he's
3?
only in this round against Minnesota.
Game 3, the man had 38 and 10. What are you talking about?
He's only averaging 19 this round. Okay, game 1 and game 2. I'm sorry. Game 1 he had 14. Game 2 he had 19. I'm sorry. Excuse me.
Yeah, there you go. Then he bounced back with 38.
Excuse me. He
bounced back with a 38-10 game. Yeah.
Right. And 2 L's.
Yeah.
All right.
But we play both sides of the ball, though. You didn't see that above the square block we got in the fourth quarter. See, we do a whole lot of shit. You know what I'm saying? We don't just run around throwing up threes. We do a whole lot of stuff.
18.7 this series. He shoot 29 from 3 and shoot 41 from the field. So fair to say.
I like what you did. You just gave me his points. Can I get the rebounds and assists too? Because that's a part of basketball as well. You know what I'm saying? I can't get none of those numbers.
Don't worry.
Can I get the blocks? I think he's averaging 2 blocks, a block a game.
10 rebounds, 5 assists.
Yeah, there you go. How many
blocks? He shoot 29 from 3.
Yeah, how many blocks? How many steals? I want the full stat line. We fill it all the way up. Yeah, so we're not going to talk about the whole stat line. I see what we doing.
1 block and 0.3 steals.
There you go. So we averaging a block a game. That's center shit. Okay, there we go.
Shoot 29 from 3.
Yeah, you said that now 4 times.
Yeah, exactly. All year, his numbers was up. We gave him a shot.
When you got a coach that's gonna play you, we didn't know that he was gonna be out here playing 48 minutes a game come playoff time. Nobody
wanted to bring this point up. Is Steve Nash auditioning for the next coaching job of the Lakers? Hold on. He done started as soon as JJ started screwing up. They done made a new season of Mind the Game podcast. Steve Nash.
No, I think Steve Nash proving that he can't coach.
Steve Nash do the same thing JJ did. Steve Nash played KD the whole game.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Steve Nash already proved that he can't coach. So we good on Steve Nash.
Hey, listen, let's see if he do JJ the same way he did the brother man. You know what I'm saying? He got the brother man up out of there.
Who are you talking about?
The brother man who was the coach before JJ. Darvin.
I mean, he got Darvin to a chip.
And he got Darvin won the chip. My boy.
I said he got him to a chip, didn't he? No, that didn't. Oh no, Darvin was an assistant when they got to the chip. He got him to the conference finals. Didn't he get Darvin to the conference finals? What you want me to do, man?
But okay, so yeah, man. I think we got to talk about it though. I think Naz Reid playing great. Remember, I told you when Julius Randle sat that extended time where he had to sit out.
Yeah.
That's when Minnesota really got it together. Because at the beginning of the year, we were saying New York clearly won the trade. Remember? And we were
Yeah.
saying Randall, it didn't look like it was working. When Randall sat down, it allowed Nas Reed and all the others, DiVincenzo, all the others to kind of get their feet wet. And now you look at just fully as a team, like that second round, they'll have to play what they're 2-3. What's that? 3-6. They'll have to play 2-7. So
Yeah.
Warriors.
That's why I thought
A bad matchup for
I was like, man, the Lakers got a good draw because they avoid the Clippers, OKC, and Denver in the second round. I like they on the other side. We only got to see one of them, and that's in the conference final. So we got to see either Houston, Golden State, and then we can beat. We got to beat. I'm like, okay, I like if you got to pick a draw, like that's the side of the bracket I would like to be on. Is that side of the bracket? I thought that was easier because whether it's Houston or OKC, I like my chances with them way better than having to go mess with Joker or having to go mess with the Clippers. And Lord forbid, OKC. All of a sudden, Chet Holmgren looked like he healthy, he balling. Yeah. And now they giving the youngest team in the league got a whole bunch of rest. Crazy. But I my issue with the Lakers is gonna be how Game 5 looks. I've always said this about 7-game series. First of all, let me back up. Again, this is another reason why I think first round should be 5 games. I think the first round should be 5 games. It was no reason for us to watch. Jesus Christ, I never thought I would see a Miami team give up. And I had to go watch Miami give up yesterday. We didn't need to watch 4 games of that. They gave up in totally gave up in game 4. I thought that's not Heat culture. Giving up like that.
We was talking about it. We talked about it. It's time for Pat Riley.
That was crazy. That right there was really crazy. But I've always said this about 7-game series. If you're down 3-1, bad teams lose game 5. Whether it's at home or away, bad teams lose game 5. Teams that lose game 6, that just means the other team was better than you. Teams that get to a game 7, to me, that means y'all probably tricked off a game or 2 in there and y'all could have won the series. If you can get it to a game 7, then that means y'all were probably equally matched and y'all tricked off a game somewhere along the way. But if you lose game 5, you had no business being there. That's a nice little gentleman sweep. Get you up out of here.
There's no way y'all get to a game 7.
I don't think the Lakers win. I don't think the Lakers lose game 5, though. I think if they lose, I think they lose I would be shocked if they lost game 5 in LA. I ain't gonna lie.
They're gonna be gassed.
I still would be shocked because I think if you want to listen, if it's ever a time for conspiracy theories and ref calls where somebody shoots 75 free throws, it's gonna be that game 5 in LA.
Yeah,
they might not let you breathe on Luka in game 5.
Oh, for sure. For sure.
So I think Minnesota's and let me say this to you, Ross. The difference between Minnesota and let's say the Warriors, we get to them here in just a second. Do the Warriors have enough experience and poise to say, we're not going back to Minnesota for game 6? This shit ends here. Because I know for a fact that's how the Warriors going into Houston. The Warriors going to be going into Houston saying, we ending it now. We don't need to take them back to Frisco with us. We don't need them to go back. Houston not traveling back to the Bay. We getting them. That's Golden State's mindset. So I know they was in the Western Conference Finals last year, but have they flipped that switch? Has Minnesota? And if Minnesota's flipped that switch, then let me tell you this, Ross. We in for a treat for the next 5 to 7 years. We in for a treat because we got a collision course between OKC and Minnesota for the next 4 years in the West. And in the East, we got a collision course apparently between Cleveland and Boston for the next 3 to 4 years, which is going to be, it's legacy time for a lot of folks.
Well, my Orlando Magic, we going to have something to say.
We got nothing to say.
We're going to be back in the midst. We got a great future. Man, Paolo is the 3rd leading scorer in the playoffs, averaging 32, shooting 43 from 3. Unlike your man, you know what I'm saying, going crazy over there. So So we look at, we got a legit star, my Magic. We gotta make a move. So in the East, I'm not gonna let you skip.
Y'all think y'all better than y'all think y'all better than the Pistons? The Pistons are a piece away. If the Pistons get the right free agent,
I think if we played it, we can match up with the Pistons for sure. They'll have a problem with us. Paulo a problem, bro. Paulo a problem.
no, I agree. I told you I think he might be I think he might be the best young player. Yeah,
that's a grown man.
Yeah, he's an issue.
Yeah.
Quick update.
But we gotta talk about the other series though, man.
Hold on. Yeah, I got you. With this quick update. Pacers just won, eliminating the Bucks. 119-118. Halliburton with a game winner in overtime. 119-118. So the Bucks lose in 5. Dame with the Achilles, and it just went to hell over there in Milwaukee. So,
bro, did you see that clip where when Dame tore his Achilles and only one person came and helped him up? Yeah. That was like, man, like it's gotten that bad. Yeah. I think it's that time for Milwaukee. Just go ahead and clean house,
But now you can't move Dame now though. What's the market for Dame coming off an Achilles?
You probably don't move Dame, but I think Giannis definitely should get out of there. For his career, if he wants to avoid kind of being that stagnant, and if I was Giannis, I would get to Miami. Giannis can go change everything in Miami.
Okay. I mean,
Hero is a Milwaukee guy too.
I mean, look, it is interesting if he can get over there. But it's gonna cost. That's the thing. Is he unrestricted or?
Well, I give him every pick for the next 6 years.
Hilarious.
Hilarious. Hey, you go get Giannis. If you go get Giannis, one thing: you get a consistent All NBA guy. But yeah, so their playoffs. So between Miami, you got Milwaukee done. Magic, I see it's halftime. Us with Boston, we on the brink of being out of there. Memphis is out of there. I think Memphis need to blow it up. Ja Morant's days might be numbered.
I told you. How about Ja saying that before he got hurt, he had figured out OKC? What's wrong with this dude?
He was hooping though.
I don't give a damn. You ain't figured even
if you look at their last 2 games, like you said, credit to you because you said OKC didn't look amazing after that game 1.
Yeah.
That game when he got hurt, they would have won if Ja didn't get hurt.
Oh yeah. They win that game. Yeah, they win that game. But
they would have won that one. And even that last closeout game, it was a close game.
It was a close game.
And it just
but they ran them down from 30. Right, you can't get walked down from. I don't give a damn, Ross. You up 30. You got another All-Star. It ain't like you got a G League team out there.
He's gone. I think that, and you can see some tension. I saw when the coach was going on to Jaren just kind of brushed him up. I think he's gone. That's somebody. Now the Lakers, if I was y'all, I'd be trying to go after Jaren.
Yeah, that's a big. He can move his feet. Got a defensive player of the year. Can shoot the 3.
Can be a lob threat.
Yeah, I mean, I think he's gonna be sought after. He's gonna be super sought after, though. Yeah, I mean, I would definitely pursue it if they can. I'm with you though. Yeah, he's it's a heck of a piece though to go somewhere. He can change the balance of power.
His problem is he developed his jumper, and he like the man's averaging 4 or 5 rebounds. He barely playing defense now. He's just going after those cheap blocks. You know what I'm saying? Like I hate when them guys get so in love with that jump shot.
Yeah. All right, let's get to the series you want to talk about, man. Let's get to it.
Man, let's talk about it.
The Warriors got my Rockets on the ropes. They got us on the ropes. All the games, I think pretty much every game has been close, right? I'm trying to think, was there any game that was?
I think the Rockets blew them out in that game.
In that game two, where where Green went off. Other than that, everything's been pretty close, within like 5 points, I think, right? I can't get mad. The 2 games in Golden State, Van Fleet showed up because I was disappointed with him the first 2 games. He was just, I don't know what he was doing. He hit some shots. Green disappeared in the Bay.
He's disappeared. No. He went for 38 in game 2.
Yeah.
The other games were all single digits.
Yeah. He just, I don't know what when I watch him, I'm not even sure what he's trying to do. I don't know the shots he wants to shoot. It's just,
he seems frustrating as hell.
Yeah, it's very difficult watching him play back. I don't like watching the Rockets. Like, I don't think you understand. I watched the first 5 minutes of the fourth quarter of this series, Rockets and Warriors. Every game I've watched the first 5 minutes of the first quarter, and I watched the last 5 minutes of the fourth quarter. I hate watching the Rockets play. I actually like watching the Warriors play basketball because they move the ball. Steph Curry's moving. Draymond Green keeps the ball moving. But I don't know what the Rockets are trying to do offensively. Yeah, they get it to Şengün. I didn't watch a whole bunch of Rockets games, Lord. I wasn't watching the games like that. And I know Şengün puts up numbers. Can I say something? I hate Şengün's game.
Why?
I hate everything about his game.
Baby Joker.
I know he's not. He's no joke. I hate everything about his game. It's not aggressive. Everything's like a little push shot, flip shot. Everything is just like, at some point, I need you to get the ball and let's work. I hate Şengün's game. Like,
but you don't think that was early Joker?
No. I think he's way closer to Sabonis than Joker. No, he's no Joker. He's Sabonis with a little bit of a better touch. I don't like his game at all. I know he's effective. He can score. I promise you, this might sound crazy to some people. If I had a chance and I can put him in a package to get somebody else or just trade him, I'd ship his ass out. I don't know if you can win with that shit he does. And I'm not just saying that because he missed that last shot. And I thought that was a horrible last-second play call by Ime Udoka. Because what else is, first of all, we all know at that point in the game, referees are probably going to not call a foul unless it's just egregious. Hell, we saw in the New York series, we saw your man hit a motherfucker on a 3. And so the referees ain't really calling fouls. And we all know historically in this NBA, they let Draymond do whatever he wants to. He can push and shove and all that. And what else is a center going to do besides go one way, spin, and then try? That's every center's going to do the same move. So I thought that was.
Why did he have Steven Adams in the game? I think that was dumb. Steven Adams in the game. You should have had another shooter to space so Şengün could have really played one-on-one. The problem was you had help, and then Jalen Green's on the bench. He didn't play Jalen Green the last 5 minutes.
I don't blame him for that. He was some ass.
But he was 3 for 8.
No, I'm not gonna blame him. They got to make a decision on Jalen Green. I ain't gonna lie. They got to make a decision if he in their long-term plans or not.
But I'm saying he hadn't even missed enough to just give up on him.
Yeah, but it seemed, but when you led our team in scoring all year and you've taken 8 shots, that let me know you gave up on yourself. That's what that let me know.
That's the problem, though. He seems like he has a mental. He one of them kids with a mental block. Like you know when you know when I'm in the gym, I say quick and hit a little. You know what I'm saying? So some of these kids be a little. You know, them video games be messing them up. I'm telling you. So Jalen Green, the problem is, I guess what's so frustrating, especially I know with a guy like Ime, you know, like you can't be that talented and get down on yourself so quick. And then when your jumper's not falling, you just quit and now you're not affecting the game no other way. And I think that's Jalen Green's problem. Once Şengün gets going off and everything's going through Şengün, and now I got 7 points. I only shot 8 times. You know, Jalen. Now he just walking through the motion. You know, and that's a problem.
Yeah, because I don't think that he's not a good enough scorer to have that mentality for the whole game. I don't think. I think his game has to be more well-rounded than that. his game has to be more. And to your point, he really just hunts shots. And if he can't hunt shots, then he don't even want to contribute offense. He don't want to pass. He don't want to cut. Like he don't want to rebound. Nothing. It's just like,
like
yeah. It's either he gonna get 30 or he gonna get 5. It's like nothing in between. We can't go get just 20. You know what I'm saying? He can't give me 20. Exactly. You know what I mean? It's either I'm gonna get 35 or I'm gonna get 5 points. It's like, Jesus, okay.
Oh, 8 times. He the type like not like, oh, I don't want to shoot. Y'all don't want me to shoot. You know what I'm saying? Like he over there mad at his teammates. And then like I'm looking, and you really look at their young talent, like the Rockets got a decision because you say ship out Sengun, but I'm saying like that Thompson kid, shoot.
I don't like his game either.
But we all know he can't shoot. But one thing you know, he gonna play hard.
He plays hard. He plays good defense. Like I want him on my team. But the problem is we got too many people that like I don't know. Like that's what I'm saying. Like I don't know what anybody's supposed to do or like what we're like. If you want to play Denver style, like the Joker, the Joker's a good enough passer. I don't think Shane Gould can pass. He's not that gifted a passer as Joker. Joker's all time. But if we just came down, threw it into him and let him work, okay, I can work with. But I don't know what our offense even is. Like I got Van Fleet out here, dribble. Okay, is he running it through him? Green to get it, just throwing up shots. They kick it to Parker. He'll shoot the 3 if he open. Other than that, and then the Thompson kid, he don't even like take the 15-footer. He takes like a dribble and then like does like a little push shot. I don't know what the hell none of this is. And to the Warriors' credit, they have everybody perfectly scouted. Because when Thompson gets the ball, they back off into the middle of the paint and give him all that up there, which is perfect because he's stuck in between because he wants to get downhill, but it's nowhere to go. So he instead of he's not confident, like you said, just I'm open. Let me just take this. This is money. No, he's taking like a dribble and then like a half push floater.
I think Ime should be playing some. He should go deeper on the bench. So if you're not gonna play Jalen Green, and the Warriors did a good coaching job, they made him get Steven Adams off the court for a while. They started fouling Steven Adams. He couldn't make his free throw. But I think if you're not gonna play Jalen Green, you got to go get Whitmore. You got to go get some of them young guys, and let's see if the light's too bright. You know, because I've been telling you all year, the Rockets in a position where they almost got too much, and you see the little tension among the young guys because they got so much. Everybody can't eat, so they'll be better by subtraction. You know, they'll be better. You know, over time once they lose a couple of those guys, the roles get more defined.
A guy like Dylan Brooks isn't good for your team if he's a tough guy that doesn't lock anything up. Like what? Like you just out there just giving hard fouls, but he not locking nothing up at all.
But you need Dylan Brooks, you need the Easton kid, you need Thompson.
But they're not. See, my point is,
not you weak because Jalen Green ain't got it. Van Fleet ain't that type. Sengun ain't that type. So you got to have, especially when you got Draymond doing what Draymond doing.
They're being too physical though. They're too physical on dumb stuff. It's like the stuff they're physical on. That's not the time where you need that. Like, no, we don't need that time.
Dumb. I told you.
That's another way to put it.
Young kids, you know what I'm saying? I'm trying. We know that word.
I'm like, what are you doing, bro? Like, why are you like? No. That's not the time. No. You need to lay somebody out. Like, if Stephen got it going and he's coming to the cup from one of them floaters, okay. Now, if you want to give him a body check or something like that, okay, cool, that's fine. But y'all are doing dumb stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like the fouls and the stuff. It's like it's unnecessary. And then like Brooks, like you're not locking nothing up. Like Jimmy's getting whatever he wants. Steph is running around. Really, I mean, they're doing a good job of like making them take tough threes. You know what I'm saying? But like Pods is wide open. It really game 4 was the Pods Memorial game. This motherfucker had like 30 points. All of a sudden, Buddy Hield's big teeth ass is going off out here. Like Buddy Hield should be such an easy cover. He just is shooting threes. I watched Buddy Hield get the ball and jab step, and the defender reacted. Why would you ever react to a jab step from Buddy Hield? If he wants to try to get downhill, all day, Buddy Hill. You can have that. He's smoking them layups. He ain't getting to the cup. He's smoking those. But what did he do? He jab step, dual reacted, 3-ball. It's like, and then they got found money. Shout out to the Warriors. They got some found money with the big white boy. That motherfucker's balling. The center, that motherfucker's balling. He's hitting the 3. He's rebounding. He's moving. They found something with I don't know if I ain't been watching those games, Lord. So I don't know if he's been playing like that all year. But he's hooping. He is really hooping. So, Jimmy was big. Draymond is doing what he does, you know what I'm saying? Mucking the game up, getting rebounds, facilitating.
I love over there. He been doing a heck of a job on defense. I told you, Gary Payton's son, that big playoff, big playoff piece, boy. He under Jalen Green's skin, boy.
Yeah, he's playing well. He's playing well. It's just I don't know, like. Yeah, it's very, very frustrating to watch the Rockets play. I think the Warriors play real. I mean, historically with that team and those pieces, once they get the right combination, Steve Kerr's offense with Steph Curry, it's a beautiful style to watch. It's my favorite style to watch. Like when they had Kevin Durant over there and Iguodala and Clay, the way the ball was always moving and found the open man, whether they make the shot or miss it, it's the correct basketball play. Like, that's good shit to watch. Like, Pods was getting those shots in rhythm. He wasn't trying to force nothing. It was the ball movement. The ball finds the open man. He got a hot hand. He's knocking it down. And then you watch the Rockets, and it's like, okay, so what we going to do this play? We don't know. Just come down and shit. We're going to see what happens. It's very, very frustrating to watch them. So it looks like, at this point, based on the records, it's a collision course between the Warriors and Minnesota in round 2, which is gonna be a real good series because Minnesota outside of Rudy, Minnesota, everybody dogs on Minnesota. So ain't none of that Draymond going and Jimmy finna try to everybody.
This young boy, I like him because ain't nobody hearing that. He ain't seeing Jimmy and he ain't seeing Draymond
at all. Yeah, so that's gonna be a really good series.
Old niggas, you know what I'm saying?
Right. You know what I'm saying? And now you can probably play, in that series because of Steph. I'm running around with Steph a lot, but you can play. You can probably put Conley in a little bit, maybe guard Pods. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. It'd be a better series for them rather than trying to guard Luka.
Yeah, because Luka's just so big, you know what I'm saying? So he can get in a little bit.
The problem is Draymond, you're gonna have to deal with Nas, you're gonna have to deal with Drew Randall, and you're gonna have to rebound over Rudy. One thing, Rudy's still gonna grab them boards. Rudy will go get you 12 rebounds. Rudy might go 2 and 12. You know what I'm saying? Rudy might have 2 and 12 out there.
I think, man, I might be changing my pick. I've been going with Boston all year to repeat. I might be changing my pick to Minnesota. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Minnesota might have that juice this year.
The only reason I can't, the only thing holding me back on picking Minnesota is I still don't want no team to win with Rudy because he did that dumb stuff right before the pandemic. Yeah, you little idiot shit. Like, you little dummy.
McDaniels is really, to me, if he goes on and like he was having 25-point games against the Lakers. If McDaniels averages, 18 and Randall keep giving Ant 25, because Randall averaging 25 a game against the Lakers.
He's playing unbelievable, yeah.
He's playing amazing. But if like Ant going, he's that nuclear bomb that we was talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's that. But if his help keep playing the way they help, whew,
and Ant is getting
a lot. Like Alexander Walker can average 10 off the bench. DiVincenzo can average 10 off the bench. Nas Reed can average 10, 12 off the bench. Like, they got straight contributors.
And Ant is getting it all within the offense. It's not break it off, let me ISO go one-on-one. No, it's movement, kick out. I'm shooting a 3. I'm getting downhill quick.
We've been critical about him shooting them threes. That shit is falling.
That shit, I mean, He shot it over at like what he shot a little over 40% for the season. Like,
Yeah,
yeah,
but
that motherfucker is really good at basketball. He's really good at basketball.
maybe really, and we were saying maybe it was like a challenge from the coaching staff is we want you to shoot more threes, but like maybe that was the difference in this game because you looking like he forced some, but he's really like it's complete now because I can
Yeah.
get to the basket. He loved that mid range. He always had that mid range, that pull up. He doing that extra step through now.
Yeah.
You know how you do that pump fake and then you take that step that we hate that the
Yeah.
kids be trying to do.
Yeah.
That extra what I would call a travel, but
Mm-hmm.
it's taught now. So he's got that in between game, and then like that 3-point shot is and like hey, if you can shoot 40% and you get enough of them up, you know, hey, you virtually like you know who they keep saying Jordan. He's reminding me a little bit like some old school Kawhi Leonard. Like
Yeah, because Kawhi was like really efficient when he would shoot.
really efficient. You know what I'm saying? Defensively, he answered the bell. You know, athletic at the rim. Like I don't know what's with him with this two hand. He catching dudes two hand now. You saw the way he caught Jackson.
And I love Jimmy Butler's. You know, he's a gamer, playoff Jimmy, and he's tough. He'll defend. He ain't worried about no Jimmy Butler on defense. I promise you, he ain't. He gonna go right at Jimmy head.
Oh yeah.
He gonna go right at Jimmy head, bro. He is not tripping. And again, to Jimmy's defense, he's a little older. You know what I'm saying? At this point in his career now, so I'm not expecting him to, shut down that young boy. But that's what he tasked with. But like you said, even if let's say Jimmy does a good job on him, do they really got anybody to guard the rest of them cats?
That's what I'm not. Oh, like okay, so we'll just run it down real quick, even though we're not there yet. Draymond, you match up with Drew Randall. Okay. Who gonna deal with McDaniels? Who gonna deal with Nas? Because that last lineup is Nas, Drew, McDaniels, and DiVincenzo. That's like the perfect, well-rounded finish the game off. And then Alexander Walker, if you want to take out DiVincenzo, and he's like a 6'6" point guard, play defense. He can guard Steph on the other end. Then he can make it hard. Like Steph, you're gonna have to guard somebody.
Yeah, and if you put him on DiVincenzo, okay, that's fine. But now Pods, Pods is a willing defender, but that's a tall order. That's what whoever's out there. It's just
Pods. Conley or DiVincenzo, one of them, they take Pods.
So now that means that you're going to be playing GP a lot of minutes. You're going to play Gary Payton a lot of minutes because you're going to need him on defense.
Yeah.
So you're going to play a lot of minutes.
Golden State, I love the way they do play chess moves with their lineup because he ain't even unleashed Kuminga, though. I don't think
he's going to be playing Kuminga. He played him in game.
Played to match up size with Randall.
But when Kuminga was in the game, though, in game 3, he didn't play well at all.
They gave up on him the whole second half of the year. They gave up on him.
He didn't look comfortable. I got to give a shout out to the Warriors, though. Steph had an unbelievable, what was that, game 3? His game 3 was a throwback game for him. Went for 36, 37. He was unbelievable. He was unbelievable in that game. Obviously, game 4, they didn't need that from Steph because Jimmy had it going. Buddy Hield was good. Pods went off. I think Gary Payton had a solid game, so they didn't need it. 17 points. He didn't force anything. But he did. Pistons. Ooh, okay. So remember what I just said. I said teams, if you lose that game 5, I'll say, okay, well, you didn't deserve to be there. So I fully look for New York. But now, see, New York, y'all got to go back to Boston. To Detroit. Right. Can y'all win a game 6 in Detroit? Because if they lose a game, and all those games have been close. So if y'all lose a game 6 in Detroit, which they could easily do, now you're looking at a game 7, and backsides can get real tight in New York.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah.
Let me see what the number. Let me go to about. What did my man Cat do? See, 17 points on 5 for 14, 11 rebounds. I didn't watch the game, Lord, so I don't know how the flow was, but it's a weird game. So Bridges 17, OG 19, Town 17, Brunson 16, Hart 15.
And
Like,
it looked like they kind of all shot bad from the field. I'm
yeah,
looking. Towns was 5 for 14. Brunson was 4 for 16. Yeah. So that means between them two, that's 9 to 30. You know what I mean?
yeah, yeah.
Yes. So the Knicks only shot 36 from 3, 9 to 25, and then 43 from the field. So yeah.
I
And
mean,
you
but they
look at
shot
Detroit,
better. They shot
yeah,
better than Denver. I mean, Denver
free
than Detroit.
free throw line. 10 more free throws.
They owe. That's because they owe Detroit for that BS the other night.
But okay, so I'm looking, but you look at Detroit. Shout out the other Thompson twin. He gave you 22 in 29 minutes, 8 or 10 from the field. Cade had 24. Tobias had 17. Hey, you know who's been playing good basketball in Detroit? And we don't talk about the Eastern Conference as much. Of course, it's kind of but Dennis Schroeder.
I knew you was
Dennis
gonna say
he
Schroeder.
been
I
hooping.
knew you was gonna say that. Yeah.
He been
No, he
hooping,
has been
man.
playing well. I mean,
It,
Dennis is a good player. I don't think that he's a smart point guard, but if you can bring him in like off your bench and just like let him hoop, I think the Lakers was trying to. I don't know. I don't know what was going on when they had him here, but he's a good player though, man. He can hoop.
Yeah, he's been hooping. We owe him a little bit of apology.
I don't
Now,
know him
hey,
shit.
to ask you about this. Okay. The most overrated player voted, Tyrese Halliburton. We both kind of been a little critical on him. Last year they made the Eastern Conference Finals. Nobody really ain't give him no credit.
Mm-hmm.
This year he just sent Giannis home, even
Mm-hmm.
though Dame was out, but Dame and him was getting into it. We was kind of looking at Halliburton like, okay, let's see what Halliburton does. What does this say about Halliburton? What was this? That was the 5-4. So who they play? They go and they got to play.
They play Cleveland. They
Mm,
play Cleveland. Yeah.
okay, so what you think about Halliburton, Indiana? They handle business. Do they deserve more love than they get?
Not the way that they played all year. I mean, they went 50 and 32. I mean, so they were firm in terms of, squarely way above 500, but they just were inconsistent. I think like his performances all year were kind of up and down for me, Halliburton. But
Mm-hmm.
this next round we get to see because he's gonna be playing against a hell of a backcourt. And this is
Mm-hmm.
what it's about. Let's see how you match up against these two in the backcourt. There's some things that Indiana can do, I believe, against Cleveland to give Cleveland some trouble. I think Pascal Siakam is going to be a tough cover for them. Turner's going to be able to bring one of those bigs away from the goal because he can shoot the three. So it's going to present some challenges.
Yeah, I'm looking. So yeah,
Shout out to TJ McConnell. TJ McConnell tonight came off the bench, 7 for 11, 18 points for Indiana. That's found money right there.
Yeah, I'm looking at the stats. So yeah, Siakam's been playing pretty good. Halliburton ain't had the best playoffs, even though they won. But yeah, so Indiana, yeah, they got some.
Okay, let me first I'm gonna do two things. One, let me give some shout out to Gary Trent Jr. tonight. He ended up starting because of the injury. 33 points on 12 for 25, so 8 for 17 from three. Shout out to Gary Trent Jr. That's big for that young man. But Giannis is the most underappreciated star in basketball, maybe in all of sports. Yes, they lost in 5, right? He didn't have a healthy wingman to go with him. But tonight, in this overtime loss, the man had 2 blocks, 2 steals, 13 assists, 20 rebounds, 30 points. And just nobody cares. The man went for 30 points, 20 rebounds, a 30-point, 20 rebound triple double. 30, 12, and 13, 2 blocks, 2 steals, and no one's gonna care tomorrow on in the media. We're just gonna move on. We're just gonna say the Bucks lost in 5 and move on. Like
Facts.
the shit that he does is so like no one cares. 30 and 20 with 13 assists.
Yeah, I'm looking for the playoffs. He's giving you like 33.8. So we'll say 34 and 14 for the playoffs. Ridiculous.
I mean,
60% from the field. Shaq. Giannis is giving you modern day Shaq numbers.
yeah, like he's really unstoppable, fam. It's just like
Yeah, he's got to get to Miami. I told you. He got to get
Ross, let me say though, man, shout out to the Warriors. I know we talked a lot about the Rockets, what they didn't do, but I got to give a shout out to the Warriors, man. And the Steph, they are playing unbelievable. I think they close out Houston in 5. I actually think the Lakers win game 5 and the Lakers lose in 6. I think the Warriors close out the Rockets. They're going to put them out their misery in Houston, let them go ahead and stay at the crib. They can maybe go catch an Astros game later. And
you
so
still don't think Steph is all-time top 5 point guard?
No. Well,
okay.
and I'll tell you why. Let me tell you why. See, here's what's funny. So did you watch the game, Lord? So Steph had 17 points last night, right? Were they down or were they up 1? But he had a shot with like under a minute to go. He missed it, and now the Rockets, they were up 1. He missed the shot. The Rockets got the rebound with a chance to win. Those are the type of shots that when LeBron misses those, typically somehow the other team stole some shit up, it goes in and wins. Then we got to hear about how, he wasn't clutch. He missed the shot. He wasn't clutch. But today, nobody's bringing up the fact that Steph missed that shot. Nobody cares.
Steph is averaging 26, 6, and 5. And look at these percentages, Roy, where you told me a cliff was coming. He's shooting 51 from the field. He's shooting 41 from 3. And he's shooting 94 from the free throw line. So he's 50, 40, 90, averaging 21, 6, and 5.
Yeah, against a team that's playing some of the dumbest defense that I've seen in my life. Way too aggressive. Everybody's way too aggressive defensively.
A top 5 defensive team all year.
Yeah, and nobody and everybody in the playoffs wanted to play Houston. I wanted the Lakers to play Houston in the first round. Everybody wanted a piece of Houston. Nobody wanted them. Pause. Nobody thought
I don't think Houston is I think Memphis was the worst team in the West, and then so far in playoffs, I think Minnesota got the easiest. But
I'm saying though, if you were the Clippers, if you were Denver, if you were anybody, and you had to play a higher seed, give me the Rockets. What? Who they got over there? A bunch of dudes that ain't never. Yeah, you got.
I don't think the Lakers defensively would have done this to the Rockets that the Warriors have done, and I don't know if the Lakers
are doing anything.
The Lakers coaching savvy. I don't know if JJ would have coached the series. I think right now what we're seeing, we show a lot of credit to Ime. Hey,
I think Ime. See, my problem with Ime
right now.
I think Ime is trying to create a team that's too physical. I think they're doing too much. It's like, dude, just like they're too focused on we got to be physical. We got to be physical. It's like, just play basketball. Like, are we just not gonna just hoop? Like everything is
caught up with the bull.
Yeah, everything is about being physical.
What we do when we're old and we go to the gym, we play against the young boys. The same thing we do. We're gonna go out there. We're gonna bump you when y'all not used to being bumped. We're gonna try to get in your head. We're gonna figure out who we can talk to and who gonna talk back. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna and that's what I think Golden State coaching and just the savviness of Jimmy. You saw Jimmy talking crazy to Dylan Brooks the other night. You see Draymond punking dudes. Draymond had more BS going on in the first half than dudes had the whole series. You know what I'm saying? I
kept saying for the Rockets the whole time, who's their closer? Who's their closer? Who's their closer? Right? Like with these teams coming down the stretch, who the hell's going to close? I don't know. Is it Şengün? Is it Green? I thought maybe it was Green because he's a guard, but apparently he might not even be in the game. Maybe it's Steven Adams. I don't know who the closer is on the team, and that's a problem. Every other team, I know who the closer is. Denver, I know it's going to be in Joker hands. Hell, everybody know that. So everybody's in position to rebound. Go ask Gordon. We in position to rebound because we know that we giving the ball to Joker, right? One of the great plays you'll see with that dunk tip to win the game. For if you're talking to Clippers, Kawhi or James Harden, we know they getting the ball. Powell, be ready. You know what I'm saying? We might kick it to you in the corner, so be ready. Zoo, be ready on the tip end. But everybody knows where I have no clue where the ball's going with Houston. No clue. Like, I don't think Şengün has that type of game. I don't like his game personally. It's not for me. I think he's a really good player. It's just not for me. Just like it's like Sabonis's game is, he's gonna put up. Sabonis is gonna put up numbers. Şengün, they're gonna put up numbers, but it's just like, is it effective?
Comparison, I see it.
You know what I'm saying? It's just like they put up. Yeah, then you look at the numbers like, 18 and 10, okay, but yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah. So, but yes, all salute to the Warriors though. They are not done. I would love to see Jimmy get a ring. I just don't think. I think these YNs is playing. I think between OKC and Minnesota, it's too much smoke. I just think it's too much smoke personally. And they would have to see that's the two. Yeah, so they would see the winner of Denver and the Clippers. Is that right? No. They would see they would
Minnesota and
Minnesota would play. Yeah, Minnesota would play the winner of the war. And so you're looking at OKC got a tough second round as well. Because whether it's Joker, I think they probably would stomp Denver though. Because I don't think Denver got enough. I think it would be more interesting for OKC if they played the Clippers. Because how do they match up if James Harden gets it going, if Kawhi get it going? How do they handle that? I think with Joker, it's just like let him do what he do, and we just gonna hoop. So I think that's easier, but I don't know. Cleveland's looking scary though, Ross.
Yeah, Cleveland handles business.
They made your boys quit. They made Miami say uncle. Like, I never thought I would see that.
And what's crazy is they got Garland over there talking spicy, and he handled business. He say, we just gonna go at Tyler Hero. And I was for sure Miami was gonna show up that next game. And they handle business.
I'm a little disappointed tonight in the Knicks. I thought the Knicks would put it away tonight.
Yeah.
I'm disappointed in them. Disappointed in the Knicks. Especially knowing that if you're the Knicks, it looks like Boston is probably going to close out. They're up 79-62 right now with a minute left in the third quarter. So it looks like they're heading toward closing it out. And y'all were both playing on the same night. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, we got to close because we probably think they're going to close it out. So we got to close out. Now you got another game. Right. You know what I mean? So we'll see how that works out, man. Playoffs been really good, though. They've been really good outside of we all knew that the Cleveland series is going to be a joke. We knew that OKC series probably gonna be a blowout. Other than the top seed, everything else, even the Rockets games. I mean,
yeah, it's
been good. It's been good finishes. I mean, the Warriors up 3-1, but it's been good. Hell, even the Lakers and Minnesota, like Minnesota's up 3-1, but the games have been closed down at the end. Obviously, tonight Pacers go to overtime to close out the Bucks, and they were shorthanded. So good basketball. It's gonna be interesting off season. Over in the association. Okay, let's go, man. Let's do a recap real quick of the NFL draft before we get up out of here tonight. Interesting weekend in drafting. Let's start with the elephant in the room, and then we'll move on and talk about like what we saw, some other things. Shedeur Sanders, was it a conspiracy, my brother? Was it a conspiracy, brother? Perpetrated by the man?
I think 100%. 100. I mean, so the draft. I've seen a lot of people being critical of the quarterback evaluators, and I think we've said it all. Mel Kiper and some of these other guys every year that do these draft analysis and mock drafts. More than likely, they're pretty wrong. You know what I'm saying? Like every year, we see busts at quarterbacks get taken very early. We've seen in past, we've seen guys where you like, well, where in the world did this come from? I'll name a couple: Mitchell Trubisky. We've seen Drake May. We've seen like a lot of top picks. You know, what was the kid from BYU, Zach Wilson?
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Where it's like, what did you see to make him be a top 3 pick?
Top pick, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I mean, and then you get, you know, it's all off of the build up and the narratives and the draft grades, and even I'm a Gator fan, Richardson. Like, you saw Richardson did one little circuit and didn't play very good in college at all, and then all of a sudden he goes top 5. You know, all that is based off of the scouts. So now we got Shador, who's projected first round, maybe second. I could see a drop. You see him just drop, and you like, well, where did this come from? If we've been wrong so many times because we go along with what Mike Mayock or Mel Kiper says, and then all of a sudden Mel Kiper's opinion don't matter no more. all of a sudden, the tape and the film don't matter no more because he got an iStar watch. So I mean, when you say is it a conspiracy, for sure, because if you telling me Zach Wilson did more in college football and had better tape than Shador Sanders, you must be Ray Charles. You know, you're lying. If you telling me, not to just call these guys out, but it's a whole list. If you tell me Daniel Jones did more, the Giants saw more hope in Daniel Jones than they did Shador Sanders, then you're lying to me. You know what I'm saying? So it's got to be something. And we all know what the NFL is known for. We know what time they own. The NFL, they always gonna find a way to humble you. You know, and I think that's what they set out to do. I did, hear something today. I can't remember who it was that was saying it, but it said pretty much, the owners directed a lot of these teams take him off the board because we don't want him, and we don't like how he carry himself. We don't like that he thinks he's bigger than the program. And I think that's exactly what they tried to set out and show him, is you ain't bigger than the program. So, it's unfortunate. The prank call was distasteful. That was look at you smiling. I know you loved this weekend. You were so happy. I know you were so happy. I know you had a great weekend.
I'm not a player hater. I've never been a player hater like that. I mean, I had a 4th round grade on Shador coming out. So I feel like my evaluation process was vindicated.
Okay, let me ask you. You had a 4th round grade.
Yeah.
Okay, what was your grade on the quarterback from Louisville, Shaw?
I had never seen him, Lord. I wasn't watching those games.
Right, and
wasn't watching the games.
Clips,
I don't get paid for that though. I don't get paid.
What was your grade on Dylan Gabriel?
I didn't really look at. I've only seen Gabriel play maybe 2 or 3 times. I just thought that he was a little. For me, he was undersized. And I don't think he's a great athlete. Like Kyler Murray's undersized, but he's a great athlete. Like Gabriel's undersized, and I'm like, he's not a great athlete.
Gabriel don't have the arm.
Well, Shador doesn't have an arm, so if we're gonna go there, he doesn't have a strong arm.
Well, right, but if you go look at the stats, I mean, if you got 2 guys with no arm, I'm gonna take the guy that was top 3 in passing the last 2 years.
Yeah, but we can't go by that though, because we don't know what that means. Because we don't know who was top 3 in passing last year. That's all I'm saying. Tell me who was top 3 in passing the last 3 years in college football.
George Sanders.
Okay, so clearly, what the NFL told you is none of that matters, right? So we've had.
Right, but I just got to tell you, the NFL get it wrong all the time. The NFL is the same NFL that you you like Daniel Jones and Zach
Yes.
Wilson.
It's an inexact
Will
science.
Levis.
Like,
Will
yeah,
Levis out of Kentucky was a top pick. So
it's
you,
a it's an
hey,
inexact science. I that's why I'm trying to figure out why is everybody so
no, I
mad.
think it's the color of your skin. Let's call it what this
What are
the
you talking about?
same NFL.
They took a,
This
a
the
black
same,
quarterback first.
right, and that's cool. But this the same NFL that told you Lamar Jackson was going to be a receiver and was the last pick. This the same NFL. This the
He went,
same NFL.
he went in the
Hold
first
on, the Super
round.
Bowl MVP. The Super Bowl MVP was not a top pick. Let's look at these quarterbacks that they pick over these guys. Your guy Mahomes. If we go look at the quarterbacks that was picked before him, clearly these scouts don't know what they're looking at, and they don't go by, like, they don't have a standard or a recipe or like they just throw some stuff at the wall and hope it stick.
So
That's
knowing
all.
all that, why was everybody upset then? So if everybody knows that it's an inexact science, they get it wrong all the time. Why is everybody mad talking about it's a conspiracy if they get it wrong so much?
The
Why we
same
mad?
reason we was mad when Colin Kaepernick wasn't good enough to make a roster.
Who was mad? I wasn't mad. Nigga ain't
I
good
was.
enough.
I was.
Nigga, he was a
See, you
borderline
drink the
quarterback
tea.
before. Nigga wasn't that good.
He's good enough to be somebody third string.
Okay, well, but see, okay, let me go here. See, because here's my thing here, right? And this ain't me doing no shucking and jiving, no none of that. I'm just keeping it a stack with everybody. It's a job interview. Everybody out there has gone on a job interview, right? You go on a job interview. Why do you go on an interview? Because if it wasn't about how you interviewed and how people, like, what kind of connection, how you answered those questions, did we like your, people try to be personable. We really didn't like the person. Because if it was just about the paper, you would just send in a resume and we would just select who. Oh man, he went to this school and he worked there. Oh, let's just pick with him. We don't need to do no interview. That's not real life. So yes, everything matters. We might not we might not want our quarterback. We might not want our quarterback to do whatever it is. We might not want a left-handed quarterback, so we're not picking no left-handed quarterbacks. We don't want that. We got a lot of money invested in our left tackle. We don't want a left-handed quarterback because we don't want to have to flip him. He can't play right. So it could be anything to where we say, I'm going in a different direction. If I have a close grade on two guys and one, I didn't like the interview, I didn't like the feel I got in the interview, the other one interviewed better, let's go with him. I think it's an inexact science. Nobody bats 1,000 on drafting.
Stop it, bro.
I don't think that this was no widespread. I think a lot of people in our community, first of all, a lot of people I heard commenting about this shit, they don't even watch sports like that. I'm watching dudes comment, and I know for a fact their podcasts, their news shows don't even deal with sports. So they don't even know what the hell they even talking about. They just going with the story because it's a big story. What I'm telling you is it's no guarantee for anybody. You know this, Ross. It's no guarantee for any successful, whatever level of success you deem a person to have in college. There's nothing that says that's going to equate to success in the NFL. And so these teams and these coaches have to evaluate and say, based on your skill set, we're going to bring you in here and we think that you can be good for us because we have this type of system in place, this type of offense that we run. You ran something similar. You had some success. We think you can be good. Or, nah, I don't like the way he processed information. Or, yeah, I don't like the delivery on that. I don't like the accuracy. Whatever it is. Whatever it is. That's all I'm saying. It's whatever it is. It is what it is. It's a job interview. And if we didn't, nobody had Jacksonville moving up to go and get Travis, that could have thrown off the whole draft. Oh, shit, because now all of a sudden, if you're Cleveland, you just got a bunch of picks dropped on you. You got a first round for next year dropped on you. So maybe they were going to take Shador, and then plans change once they get I don't know. I'm just saying, like, me personally, in this NFL, Shador, in my opinion, I don't see the strong arm, and I don't see the athleticism in college. So I know when we get to the NFL, it's going to be even less. So in college, I didn't see the athleticism. I think if I had to take a pick between him and Milroe, this is me, Ross. I'm gonna go with Milroe. That's just me. I'm gonna go with Milroe. Personally, I'm gonna go with Milroe.
So I get what you're saying. I'm not saying he should have been the number 1 pick in the draft. I'm saying, Roy, there's not, and clearly we can all, there was not 5 rounds of people better than him.
Why not? We just did the draft. Yes, it was. That's the draft set. Okay. Like, not every team needs a quarterback, Ross, right? So it's like, how many teams needed a quarterback? 6? Like 6.
How many quarterbacks was drafted? Let's see. How many quarterbacks was drafted?
You had, but before him, 1, 2, 3, 4 quarterbacks were drafted before him. 5.
Who was it?
Cam Ward, Jackson Dart, the kid from Louisville, Jalen Milroe, and Gabriel. All of them were drafted before him.
And that's what I'm saying. The kid from Louisville is terrible.
No, disagree. I'm not going to defend him. I'm not going to defend him. But what I'm telling you, though, is you got – so think about this, though. Who's the coach over in New Orleans?
We don't know. Yeah, yes, we don't know. Somebody who ain't be there that long.
Well, he just got the job. Kellen Moore, right? He had been a long-time coordinator. We don't know. He just got the job. If you're coming in and you just got the job, who you got there? David Carr there? Do you go out and get a first-round quarterback? Because if you do, you're tying your tenure to that quarterback, no? That's a big pick. And if you don't think that he's the guy, then I wouldn't have went with him either in the first round. That's just me personally.
So you go get the kid from Louisville that was trash?
I don't know. Are they looking at him as a starter? I don't know how they looking at him. Are they looking at him as a project guy?
Second round. The second round. So
I don't know how they looking at him. I didn't see the tape on the kid. I don't know.
You waste the second round pick. I mean, that's somebody. Second rounders actually play.
Here's what I'm telling you. Here's what I'm telling you. 6'5", 225. A lot of teams look at that, especially in a white guy. Let's be real, and they get very hard.
3 season-ending injuries.
Listen, you get no arguments from me about that. I'm just telling you. Telling you
what ain't won nothing. Louis
Colorado ain't won nothing. Now you talking about Louisville. Colorado ain't won nothing.
I'm going with the guy that at least was top 5 in passing.
Okay, that's you. They don't care about that. That's what I'm telling you. Clearly, the NFL doesn't care about that.
What do they care about?
They care about what they see on the tape and what they can project. They look at the tape and they project. That's why it's always a big thing. That's why it's always a big thing about the size of the quarterback's hands. If he have big hands, the height, can he see over the line? All that stuff has stopped. Well, you saying no big deal, but then quarterbacks getting the damn ball slapped out of their hands. So all that shit comes into play. They evaluate all that. So they just measure all that stuff for no reason. We measure your hand just to for shit to give
a lot, Roy. That's what I'm saying.
I agree. And so maybe they got it wrong with Shador.
They definitely got it wrong.
Okay, and so if he is who you say he is, he'll be fine because he should play this year.
Him a fair chance. He can't come.
Fair. A fair has pigs and hay rides. I don't do fair. Life ain't fair. Well, life ain't fair. Well, come on, Ross. Life ain't fair. We can't just say, "Oh, yeah, he got to be fair." Oh, it's a lot of kids ain't gonna get a fair shot. We know that. That's just the reality. Like the reality is, he had a quarterback that was taken 2 rounds before him. Like they got 5 quarterbacks on the roster right now in Cleveland. They got one that's hurt, Deshaun Watson. They got an old man in Flacco. They got Pickett, who I think everybody believes can't play. And then they got the 2 rookies that they just drafted. Right. The interesting thing is that Dylan Gabriel's left-handed. So why would you draft a left-handed quarterback anyway? And then you draft him. So I don't know what their plan is in Denver. I have
guess whose jersey is already selling.
Well, y'all told me that when Bronny James's jersey was selling at that don't mean nothing. So I don't care about jersey sales from rookies. That's what y'all told me, that Bronny don't mean nothing. So I'm good. See, Y'all told me y'all don't care that Bronny James jersey was selling. That's what y'all told me. I tried to tell y'all, hey man, Bronny moving merch. Who cares? He shouldn't even be in the league. All right, well, there you
Right,
go.
but the difference is at least Deion's son actually did his thing for Colorado. He got number retired. He did a lot at Colorado. Bronny ain't do nothing in USC.
His daddy
Bronny was
retired.
the fifth best player. Bronny was the fifth best player on his team.
Your daddy retiring your number is crazy. That's not, is that a flex?
Will Bronny ever be remembered at USC? The only thing he'd be remembered for is having a heart attack.
He played like 12 games. You act like he had a long run. He played like 12 games.
When he played, he wasn't very good.
Okay.
I mean, Kyrie played at Duke.
Like 10 games. I don't know, 12 games. He's not remembered as a big-time Duke. People remember Austin Rivers. They don't remember no Kyrie. They don't even associate him with Duke. They associate Austin Rivers.
Cap.
Who associates Kyrie? Name me anybody who watched the Kyrie games at Duke. Nobody watched Kyrie play at Duke. He played in like 10 games.
He was good enough to go number one.
Yeah, because the tape was good. That's my point. The tape was good. We knew he had the goods. I'm just telling you, maybe the Shedeur tape just wasn't that good to the NFL, Ross. Like, is that not a possibility?
Right. That's what I'm saying. The same NFL. Let's say Kenny Pickett did a lot at Pitt. He's 6'4". He's a white boy. He got long hair. Get him first round. Yeah, I mean, hey, that's what I'm saying. Hey, whatever their metric is clearly flawed. I mean, I'm looking. It's been a lot of misses. You know, Will Levis missed. You know, it's been a lot of misses. You know, hey.
I mean, look, I see that the Ravens got a receiver from Colorado. So y'all show Colorado some love. Y'all got a receiver from Colorado.
Colorado had the most receivers drafted.
All of them were in the 6th round and after. You know, none of them were in like the upper round. All of them was, you know. Listen, we got to get some special teams, guys. We got to get some special teams, guys. You dig? So shout out to the special teams work. You know, I'm not mad at the special teams.
Yeah.
Sounds like to me
the receiving core. I don't know.
Sounds like to me, y'all probably should have won more games in the Big 12 if you got the Heisman Trophy winner, you got 2 other receivers get drafted. No. I said you should have won the Big 12. I don't care what they win. They should have won. Big 12 was trash. You should have won it. Who were you playing against? Who all got? Did they have any players drafted from the Big 12 besides that receiver? Who else was drafted from the Big 12?
Scatterboo.
He went before Shedeur. Shout out to Scatterboo, goddammit.
Big 12 player of the year.
Okay. Shout out to Scatterboo, goddammit. And he went to New York. They finna turn up on Scatterboo in New York. I'm gonna give their draft grade. I'm giving New York an A for their draft. I thought they had an excellent draft.
You know what time New York on.
I think New York had an excellent draft. They got a gritty running back in Scatterboo. They got Dart. They got Abdul Carter. Who else? They got somebody else. They got who? I'm trying to go to the draft. Oh no, yeah, they got everybody was talking about that D tackle they got. I mean, he went to Toledo, so obviously I didn't see him play, but everybody was saying he was pretty good. Shout out to the Giants. They had themselves a day. Now, my Texans, I'm not sure why we got in the Graham Mertz business, but for some reason we picked him up. Who's picking up Mertz? Motherfucker was horrible at Florida. Why is he even getting drafted?
Mertz wasn't that bad.
What are you talking about? You thought he was gonna get drafted?
I'm saying Mertz. Like,
did you think he was gonna get drafted? Is my question.
He's like a backup.
Okay, we could have got that motherfucker in free agency.
Be a third string.
We could have got him in free agency. We picked him up in the 6th round. Get his ass in free. He would have been there for free agency.
I love what my Ravens did, man. I love the kid Mike Green from Marshall. I think that was a great pickup. I love Starks from Georgia, the safety. I like those first 2 pickups. We addressed the linebackers. I love what my Ravens did. I'm gonna say, man, Philly got that linebacker from Alabama.
I don't know why Kansas City did that trade. I'm still confused why they did the trade. Just to look, I was like, well,
and I feel like he would have been perfect for KC.
Yeah, I don't know. I was like, what? Okay.
But yeah, Seemed like Philly did all right.
No, Philly had a really good. They got a safety from Texas. They went. This is the team that hung they had on defense, had a great defense, and what they do in the draft. Their first 3 picks: linebacker from Alabama, safety from Texas, D tackle from Nebraska. Yeah, it's their first pick. Their 4th pick, cornerback from UCF. Their 5th pick, linebacker from Georgia. Their first 5 picks were all defense.
And they lost a lot on defense because they couldn't re-sign everybody. But man, all 4 or 5 of them might come in and contribute.
Yes. When you see kids that they're drafted and they're from big programs, Alabama, Texas, Nebraska, Georgia. You know what I'm saying? Like, those are big time programs where they've been playing big time football. That's SEC football. Alabama, Texas, Georgia. That's SEC football we bringing in here. So they ain't, it ain't like they ain't been playing against NFL quality all year. Shout out to Tennessee. I thought they did the funniest thing in the world when they went and drafted. Well, because they went and drafted that kid from Stanford at wide receiver in the 4th round. And everybody said, well, that's who gave Travis that $300 2 years ago. And they said, Travis got to see him twice a year now. I'm just telling you what they said. Travis got to see that man twice a year now.
Nah, he got to hope he on the depth chart.
All right. That man, you don't think he gonna make the roster? That man is what is he, 6'3" and some change? And he's a speedster. He'll make the roster.
I'm looking. I don't really see too many other teams that I'm that impressed with.
You know what? Let me say that a pick that I thought was very interesting was that 1st round pick. Me and you have both talked about him. We both love the tight end from Penn State, but the Bears went at number 10. They went with the tight end from Michigan before the kid from Penn State.
Yeah.
So I'm interested to see how that's going to work out, because I think the kid from Michigan is really good. I just think the kid from Penn State, Tyler Warren, I thought was better. He goes to the Colts. Interesting there. I'm checking for both for both of them. And also, I think something that we got to pay attention to. Me and you both talked about it during the draft coverage that we were doing was when they, at the time we were like, hey, they went D tackle, because we thought when Cleveland moved back that was going to be for Shedeur. We like, okay, they went with the D tackle from Michigan. Let's watch that. But then they end up Cleveland. Cleveland was the team most people thought Shedeur was going to go to. He still ends up going there just much later, which is very weird, especially because they drafted a quarterback before that.
I think once you realize he's still there, I think they kind of pass around. Hey, Cleveland, that team also where Cleveland will get a little ants in their pants and make a little move happen against what the rest of the league wants. Cleveland was the only team to go and sign Deshaun when they see nobody want to sign him.
This is true.
Gave him fully guaranteed, and then the Deshaun ain't work. I think Cleveland wanted Shedeur, and when they saw him drop, they was playing along with everybody else. But when they saw he was still there that second go around, because there's no reason you would draft Gabriel then get Shedeur the next round. There's really no reason. But I think just it's like, shoot, we ain't gonna just keep passing them now.
Let me ask you about your boy Love over there in Green Bay. They got my boy from Texas, Golden, in the 1st round. Yeah, he ran sub 4.3 in his 40. That's a good weapon for him out there. That's a really good weapon. You got a guy that can go get it. Again, big program. So some of these guys that come out, you're like, oh, he's a speed guy, but he played at whatever school. This is University of Texas, speed guy. Sub 4.3. I think that's a great weapon for him to get. He's gonna have to pay dividends though, because that's a 1st round pick. So he's gonna have to pay some dividends for them to make sure that he shows up and plays well. This was a draft to fill out your lines for me, because I didn't see a lot of playmakers in this draft. I thought the Panthers took a big swing on the receiver from Arizona. A lot of people had questions about him. You know what I mean? So I think that's a
Yeah, that was a little high.
me
They got
personally. I
from
think that's
Georgia.
a.
They got ETN.
I just think that I hate when teams like them go receiver that early because they need so much. They need so much. Like a receiver ain't going. That's not doing anything for them over there. Getting a
So
receiver
I'm
that
looking
early.
at what they did. They got McMillan. Then they got two DNs back to back. The kid from A&M who was pretty good scoring. And then Unimillion, he transferred from Florida to Ole Miss. He was like one of the league leaders in sacks. So they got two solid pass rushers who can contribute immediately. You got ETN. So you try to get help and then they got Jimmy Horn. You ain't mentioned my boy Jimmy Horn.
Boy,
So they
Jimmy
tried
Horn.
to give Bryce some help. I
Jimmy
think
Horn
for
ain't
them,
making the team.
I would be going O line.
That's what I'm saying. They didn't pick one O lineman. That's what I was
Yeah.
just about to say. Not one O lineman. Not nobody. How about this though? I don't know if we even talked about it when we did our draft coverage. How about the kid? Where's the O lineman at? From North Dakota State, going 18 overall to Seattle.
Yeah, we saw that. Yeah.
O lineman. I mean, we know they took what's the quarterback from North Dakota State a couple of years ago. They got drafted. Yeah, but O lineman, 18 overall. Man, I'm interested to see that kid play.
There's a lot of
They
offensive
said he
line.
can play left or right tackle, so that's interesting. A lot of people are gonna be looking real long and hard at those picks for Pittsburgh. A lot of people are upset with Pittsburgh still for not drafting Shedeur. So they went with a D tackle from Oregon, running back from Iowa, Jack Sawyer of Ohio State, another D tackle from Iowa, and then they went Will Howard at quarterback in the 6th round from Ohio State. Why? I have no clue.
Now I say I like the running back from Iowa. He's a beast. Jack Sawyer, I like Jack Sawyer. Will Howard, that's a question mark. I don't know how I feel about that. I would like to kind of get some inside knowledge and see if my boy Tomlin, if you really you know, if it was his decision, that might make me look at Tomlin a little different.
He wanted to win it. That man just won a national title, Ross. He trying to get a winner in there, man. He want a winner.
Y'all just drafted Kenny Pickett 3 years ago.
Well, and that's why he was a loser, so they got a winner now. Oh, listen, Will Howard, he took Kansas State to the Big 12 title when he was there. He got Ohio State and won a national title. He a big white boy, 6'4", 240. He checks a lot of boxes. Ross, come on now. Yeah, I'm not in love with the Steelers draft, though. I ain't gonna hold you. Like you said, the running back, we'll see. Those defenders gotta pay dividends. I'm not sold on any offensive or defensive lineman for Oregon. I think I'm not sold on those linemen.
Now I'm looking Seattle. To me, I like what Seattle did because they went and got Milroe. They got the tight end from Miami who was an absolute playmaker.
He was good. He was really good for Cam. He was real good for Cam.
A lot of them, end of the game winning plays.
Yes.
He was. And then offensive line, safety. I feel like Seattle is a team. They identify talent real well. I don't know how soon.
And they got that kid that I don't know if you remember, but we talked about him because we watched a lot of not a lot, but we saw him play twice. They got that receiver from Colorado State that was real good.
Oh yeah.
They got that receiver, that brother from Colorado State that was giving CU some hell when they was playing against him. So he's a pretty good receiver, and he's bigger than I thought he was. Paul, 6'3".
So I'm looking. They lost DK, but you got Cooper Kupp over there. You got Valdez Scantling. You got Jackson Smith and Jigma, who I love. Kept Kenneth Walker. You got Sam Darnold and Milroe, and then their defense is absolutely loaded. And even even the last couple picks they had, like the kid from San Antonio Beast, Kobe Bryant, like their secondary is elite. They got a good front seven, and like Seattle is that team, kind of how we was thinking of the Rams last year.
Oh
I
yeah,
wouldn't be
yeah.
surprised if Seattle in that, because that division up for grabs. I think 49ers, we kind of seen their time pass. I wouldn't be surprised if Seattle is manning that division. I like them over Arizona. I like them over the Rams, and I like them over the 49ers.
I tell you who I didn't like. I didn't like the Raiders draft. Wasn't a fan. They got Genty at the top of the draft. I think Genty's gonna be solid. I don't like the kid from TCU they got in the second round at receiver. In the third round, they took they took two tackles, one from Texas Tech and one from William and Mary. I mean, I don't know.
Mm.
Yeah, I wasn't in love with their draft at all. I'm not a fan of that draft. The one guy who I wanted to see who he was going to pick up because he just came from college. I wanted to see Harbaugh's draft and like the moves that he made. He went and got that.
Yeah, I'm looking at them.
Yeah, he made some solid moves because those are guys that he was just recruiting, playing against. So he's very, very familiar with who can play and who can't play. I thought that running back from North Carolina was pretty good, so he went and got him. Mm-hmm. That receiver from Ole Miss, I do remember seeing him. He was solid.
But their fourth round, that edge from South Carolina, Kennard, he was a stud. He was. I can't believe he went fourth round.
Yeah, so I think he got some players. He drafted a safety, Bridges, in the 7th round from Florida. What a horrible pick. It's a bad pick.
That boy was a playmaker. He transferred from Oregon.
Transfer his ass back. Hey, speaking of Oregon, before we get up out of here, did that receiver get drafted from Oregon? They tried to sell me all year that he was real good.
Taquan.
Tez. The Tez kid.
Oh, Tez. Tez Johnson. Let's see.
I think he went. You know what? He did get drafted. He went to Denver. Did he go to Denver? Tampa?
Yeah, 7th round. Damn.
Who went to Denver? Who went to Denver? Did Denver get a receiver? I could have swore Denver got a receiver. No.
Let's see. Denver Broncos. Pulling them up.
I thought they got, because I thought I saw something. Okay, maybe I'm tripping.
Let's see. Hold on. I'm pulling them.
Denver okay, Broncos. Okay, now that ain't who I
Illinois.
thought.
They got the kid from Illinois.
Okay, got you.
Hey, I like Barron over there though with that secondary, because Denver's defense is loaded. So you have Barron, then they got the edge from LSU and the edge from Alabama. That was nice. Denver, we got to see what they're gonna do, because I think Denver, that defense is legit. Now, what about the Cowboys?
Somebody had to. I'm sure they had to grab Jerry so he don't draft Shador. I'm sure he wanted to grab Shador as soon as he saw he was falling. I'm sure Jerry wanted to go get Shador. That's right up his alley.
Well, they got your running back from Texas, Blue.
Yeah, I think that's a good pickup. Blue's a good running back. No special effects. Runs behind his pads. Good hard runner. I think he'll be solid behind a good offensive line. They got that lineman from Alabama. Oh yeah, easily. And yeah, they ain't got no damn running backs in Dallas. He should be RB1. Yeah, I think. Listen, they drafted two O-line. Their window lineman was in the 6th round, so I don't know. But they got an edge rusher, they got a corner, they got a running back. I think they had a solid draft for where they was picking at.
Mm-hmm.
For where they was picking at, I think that's a solid draft for them. Yeah, I like that for them. I am interested to see how the kid, because he fell in the draft, Will Johnson from Michigan, the corner. He fell to the 2nd round.
Yeah.
I know he had some injuries, obviously, but I mean, I think he can be really, really good. And so I think that's a real good pickup for the Cardinals. I think he can pay some dividends for them. if he's able to stay healthy.
Yeah, a lot of people love your Texans also.
Yeah, the Texans stayed disciplined with their picks. They didn't go too crazy, although I'm not a huge fan of that receiver from Iowa State, but they definitely needed a receiver though.
They got both of them from Iowa State.
Yeah. These motherfuckers, Motherfucker ran a 4.38. I mean, he ain't bad, but he's 5'10, I guess, Anyway, yeah, I just didn't understand the going and getting a quarterback in the 6th round. I mean, all right, I would have took a flyer on somebody. Quarterback. They did get a tackle, so they got a tackle in the 2nd round. It was a solid draft. I mean, they definitely needed receiver help though, so they had to address that. They lost the receiver. Another receiver still injured, so we'll see. Somebody got some ties at Iowa State. Shout out to Scatterboo, man. Scatterboo, a 4th round pick. I might give me a Scatterboo jersey with the Giants. I like that joint. Might give me a Scatterboo.
I ain't wearing Giants, nothing.
All
the things that did my boy should do it wrong. It's over.
That's all 32, Ross. Nobody picked them.
That was wrong. That was wrong. That was
all 32. Oh man, we gotta make sure we come back. We come back Thursday afternoon or evening. We gotta make sure we remind me on Thursday. We gotta talk about the boxing coming up. Ryan Garcia from Times Square. They fight. I think. Do they fight Friday? I think this is a Friday night fight, if I'm not mistaken. When do they fight? Let me double check. I think it's on a Friday.
I saw the advertisement for that one.
You said what?
Yeah, I just saw the advertisement for that one.
Yeah, because it's May 2nd, right? I think May 2nd is a Friday, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, so we gotta talk about that.
Friday. That might be.
Yeah, they fight Friday in Times Square. So he's on the card. He's fighting crazy ass Rolly. On the undercard, you got Devin Haney on there. So that should be interesting with all of them on the same card. Obviously, if the setup is Devin should win his matchup, Ryan wins his, then they both get in there and do their WWE thing to hype the rematch. But Rolly got some real power. So hopefully Ryan ain't been doing the crazy stuff this training camp.
Yeah, so, we ain't seen him see ghosts in the woods and none of that. He left the dog food alone.
Yeah, so hopefully, we see the best of Ryan, but I'm just gonna go by what Tank said. Tank said that Rolly was in there throwing some heat, and he was like, "Hey, I had to get him out of there. That motherfucker was throwing some heat. Let me get this shit up off me." So we'll see. Both of them got knocked out by Tank, but we'll see what they can do against each other. For Rolly, this is it. This is like Rolly got to have an upset here, or he's back to Wednesday night fights on ESPN, Friday night fights. He way down there.
He might need to go fight my boy Jake Paul.
Yeah, he gonna have to go get that kind of bag. Yeah, he can make some money with Jake Paul. He can talk crazy to Jake.
That's what I'm saying. I feel like he would be the perfect guy.
Yeah, he can talk real crazy to Jake. So yeah, but I'm gonna be tuned in. I want to see how that whole setup is gonna be in Times Square with them fighting like that outside. That's gonna be interesting. Shout out to them though, man. New York winning right now, although the basketball team is some ass. So I was gonna come on here. I thought I was gonna have to apologize to Cat. I'm not apologizing to shit. You lost game 5, Cat. See?
No. You did enough apologizing and stuff.
That might be it, man. I might have to. I'm still going Lakers in 7, Ross. Just to let you know, I'm gonna go down with the ship. I abandoned the ship on my Rockets though. I'm cool on them. I knew I should have stuck with my first mind and said, them motherfuckers didn't deserve no 2 seed. You talking to
big Warriors, they make it out the play-in. Don't forget. He disliked the Warriors so much he picked Sacramento, y'all. Don't forget.
Hey, I thought it might be a tough matchup. I just believe in shout out to Compton, man. I believe in my boy. He out there throwing hands now. Shout out to Compton. We'll be back on Thursday, man. We got the clips coming. Y'all make sure y'all tap in, hit the subscribe on your way out, man. We appreciate y'all, man. Peace.